Welcome in my video. My name is Devin Singh, TGT Mathematics, JNB Bareilly. In this video, we will discuss about some content. They are simplest form of the fraction on number line. So let me start. Simplest form of fraction. What is the simplest form of fraction? A fraction is in its simplest form or lowest form if its numerator and denominator do not have a common factor other than 1. What we have checked? We have checked a fraction in its simplest form or lowest form if its numerator and denominator do not have a common factor other than 1. It means we can say numerator and denominator are co-primes. Why co-primes? Because here the HCF of numerator and denominator must be 1. If the HCF of numerator and denominator is 1, then the numerator and denominator will be co-prime. So in that case, if any fraction have numerator and denominator in such a way that the HCF of both is 1, then that form is known as the simplest form of the fraction. Example, four upon 3. Here numerator is equal to 4 and denominator is equal to 3. In this fraction we are seeing numerator is 4 and denominator is 3. Now the factors of 4, 1, 2 and 4. And what will be the factors of 3? Factors of 3 will be 1, 3. So what will the HCF? Here HCF is equal to highest common factor. Which is the highest common factor here? 1 is the highest common factor. So we are observing that the numerator and denominator having the highest common factor is 1. So the given fraction, this 4 upon 3, is in the simplest form. So how we check? We will check by checking that the HCF of numerator and denominator must be 1. Another example, the fraction is 28 upon 35. Here the numerator 28, denominator 35. Now write the factors of 28. Factors of 28 are 1, 2, 4, 7, 14 and 28. Factors of 35. The factors of 35 are 1, 5, 7 and 35. Here the HCF, highest common factor, will be 7. So here the given highest common factor is 7, but there must be highest common factor 1. So the given fraction is not in its simplest form. In this way, 28 upon 35 is not in its simplest form. Why? Because the HCF is 7, not equal to 1. How we reduce fraction in the simplest form? To reduce a fraction in its simplest form, divide numerator and denominator by the highest common factor of the numerator and denominator. If we want to reduce a fraction in its simplest form, we have to divide the numerator and denominator by the HCF, highest common factor, of the numerator and denominator. So in earlier slide, how we can change 28 upon 35 in the separate form? In earlier slide, what we have calculated the HCF. In this, 28 and 35 have HCF 7. So here we will divide numerator by the HCF 7, denominator by the HCF 7. When we divide 28 by 7, we will get 4. When 35 divided by 7, we will get 5. So the new fraction will be 4 upon 5. Now this 4 upon 5, this fraction, and what will be the simplest form of the 28 upon 35? The simplest form of 28 upon 35 will be the 4 upon 5. We can also divide the numerator and denominator by a non-zero same number again and again. It is not compulsory we directly divide the highest common factor. We can also divide numerator and denominator by another non-zero same number again and again until HCF of numerator and denominator becomes 1. For example, here the fraction is 12 upon 18. We are first dividing by 2. 12 is dividing by 2. 18 is dividing by 2. We are getting 6 upon 9. Again, if we find the HCF here, the HCF will not be equal to 1. Again we divide 6 divided by 3, 9 divided by 3, we are getting 2 upon 3. In this case, this fraction now when we divide the same number, it means this fraction is equivalent to 12 upon 18. Again divide, this fraction is equivalent to 6 upon 9. Indirectly 2 upon 3 equivalent to 12 upon 18. It means the 12 upon 18 and 2 upon 3 are equal in value. But in this 2 upon 3, the HCF of numerator and denominator will be 1. So this will be in its simplest form. So what will be the simplest form of 12 upon 18? The simplest form of 12 upon 18 is 2 upon 3. Fraction on number line. Now we are going to study about the fraction, how we can represent a fraction on number line. To represent the given fraction on number line, divide a whole in number of parts equal to the denominator and take number of parts equal to numerator. How we can divide? To divide any fraction on number line, we have to divide whole because fraction is the part of whole. For example, if we want to represent 2 upon 3 on number line, here this fraction having here whole, not whole here written. So this fraction having only numerator 2, denominator 3. It means to represent this fraction on number line, we draw a line on which we represent the two whole starting 0 and next whole 1. What will be the total parts? We will divide this whole 0 and 1. This is the whole number, 0 is whole number, 1 is whole number. But this fraction is not 0. So it means this have value greater 0 and not whole 1. It means it have the value less 1. In this way we can say the 2 upon 3 lie between 0 and 1. So to represent 2 upon 3, we will divide this whole in 3 equal parts and we count, we take 2 parts out of these 3. So this point will represent the 2 upon 3 on the number line. Another example, to represent 3 upon 4, how we can represent 3 upon 4? Similarly, to represent the 3 upon 4, here whole is not 1, it means it is less than 1 and greater than 0. So we draw a line, mark 0 and next whole number 1. Now we will divide this whole in 4 equal parts. This whole will divide in 4 equal parts we will take 3 out of these 4. 1, 2, 3. So this point will represent the 3 upon 4. It must be remembered these parts must be equal. So you can represent any fraction on the number line. Take some more example. To represent 7 upon 3. 7 upon 3 is improper fraction on the number line. 7 upon 3 can be write as 2 whole 1 upon 3. We can convert it in mixed fraction 2 whole 1 upon 3. How we can represent now? How we can represent this fraction? 2 whole. It means whole 2. And next part is proper part. It means this fraction is greater than 2 but not whole 3. So this fraction will lie between whole number 2 and 3. So to represent this fraction, we draw a line and mark the whole number 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now this fraction will lie between 2 and 3. So this 2 and 3, this whole divide into 3 equal part. So from 2 and 3, this line segment divided in 3 part, we will take one part. It means here one whole taken, 2 whole taken. Now what we have to now taken ahead? 1 by 3. So we will take this part, this will be the 1 by part. It means 2 whole and next 1 by 3 part. So this point will represent 2 whole 1 upon 3, or we can say 7 upon 3. In other way you can say, you can understand it. Each, in this case, this whole divided into 3 equal part. So the first before it, this also 3 equal part, this also 3 equal part. So total small part from here to here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. It means these are the 7 parts. You can also understand, you can understand by this method. How we can represent 4 whole 1 by 2? To represent 4 whole 1 by 2 on the number line, similarly, this fraction having whole 4 but not 5. It means this is greater than 4 and less than 5. It means this fraction will lie between 4 and 5. 4 and 5. So how we represent it? Draw a line. We will mark whole numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So first we will take 4 whole. We have taken 4 whole. Now what we have to represent? 1 by 2. The next whole will represent will divide in 2 equal part and taken one part. This part will represent 1 by 2. So from 0 to here 4 whole and the next part is 1 by 2. It means 4 whole 1 by 2. So this point will represent 9 upon 2. Now do yourself, and I hope that you can represent these fractions on the number line. So some more questions you can do from my worksheet which I have provided through link. Thank you.